And it's crazy because for me, I've been in two faiths before. And that's even a bit mad to explain to people, but I drew to the conclusion that I didn't need their understanding because I understood fully what man was on. You know what I'm saying?
In two faiths. What do you mean, like
so
Islam?
Yeah, so I used to be a Muslim. You know what I'm saying? Grew up Muslim, Moroccan dad.
When did you take your shahada?
I don't think I ever did. I never got up in the mosque and took my shahada. I was just, in my head, I was born Muslim because obviously my dad's Moroccan and that was the type of religious background that was in my house. You get me? My mum was from a Catholic background, but they weren't practicing. You get me? And she used to say to me, I believe in God and
so
that's
you never took your shahada?
Never, ever.
So, I mean...
no witness, no nothing.
But you never prayed either, like when you was a kid?
If I was made to.
Did your dad make you pray?
Yeah, if I was made to. Yeah, like he would take me mosque and whatever.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, that was normal still. You know what I'm saying? I'd be pissed, but that was normal, do you know what I mean? So we would go there, but then my representation of a Muslim man growing up wasn't nice. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean? Like how what he stood for?
Yeah, like what he stood for, because while I was learning the Quran, I was looking at the man in front of me that was a Muslim and not matched. So your behaviour wasn't necessarily Islamic.
Yeah, exactly. But did you think
that
though? When you was like, what age was you thinking like that? Like, Raj, you know what? You're not Islamic.
No, like 12 onwards, 13 onwards.
Yeah.
I started like looking at man like, oh, but swear down, like the Quran. This guy, he was sending me Arabic school.
Yeah.
So while we're learning the Quran, we're learning knowledge about the Islamic world as well. Do you know what I mean? Over in West London, he was in the man. You know what I'm saying? So there was a point where I could recite the Quran fluently. You know what I'm saying? Like as a young'un, you get me? But then most of like the memories that revolve around it end up.
Can you recite any Quran now?
Like Al-Fatiha and things like that. Yeah, cool. What now?
Yeah.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Alhamdulillah al-Alamin, ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Maliki yawmiddin, Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. I can't remember the rest, but yeah, it's there. Man's been like doing up practices and whatever. But yeah, like it was just to explain it. It's mental, innit? Do you know what I mean? But I know that.
Okay, so let's talk about. Okay, so I get it. You're saying you was feeling like your dad. Obviously, you know, we spoke with Big Up Sabrina.
Yeah.
Drug Dealer's Daughter, Trapline Legacy. Yeah, go check out Traponomics.
Big Up Sabrina.
We touched on a little bit of that. You get me?
Did.
Your dad was this heavy-handed, to say the least.
He was abusive.
You sound like
he was.
I follow your lead.
No, he was doing a madness, innit? And as I spoke about on the Traponomics episode, it started with Mumsy, and then it went on to me and like the people that were in my house, innit? Is what I'm saying. And obviously that was mad for me because, like I was saying, I'm reading what a model Islamic man, a model Islamic Muslim is meant to be, and then what I'm seeing in the yard is mummy getting broke up, and then you're coming for us, and none of it don't make sense, innit? Is what I'm saying. And
did you ever think to yourself? Did you ever get the thought where you thought, you know what, I'm gonna done your dance? Bare
times. I'll be real. Do you know one of the maddest thoughts I had, yeah? You see, when everyone knew my dad was in the bath, I wanted to run in there with a toaster.
Toaster?
I swear down.
Hey, big up the movies.
Yeah,
big up the movies.
I'm telling man, just fry out everything.
Showing man.
Yeah.
Flash a toaster.
Literally.
TV or something.
I'd be there with the members of my house, and I'd be like, raw. Hey, I'm gonna go in there, and they'd be like, "You'll die. You're going to die." And I'd be like, "No, but if I tried to make look," and I got to the bathroom door, I was like, "Yeah, pussy, I'll go and chill out, go back downstairs and chill out, because you're not about to do that at all."
The thing is, certain youths grew up to do that.
Yeah,
to get their parents out of there.
Yeah, I didn't have the guts, bro. I had the fear of. I don't even know, like, what's...
because it's like, that's part of the control, innit? Because that's your father, he's been there throughout your life, however frequently or whatever. It's hard for you to, like, break against that psychological... Man's got you on lock, bro.
Yeah,
get me?
Like on
like,
a whole nother...
Come on.
Yeah, a whole nother thing. You know what I mean? Like, man, there's so many different different scenarios that I could think of when it comes to him, but his thing, it was physically abusive, it was verbally abusive, and then it was hella controlling. So we had the house on smash, innit? Is that what I'm saying? Hella, and this is why
do you think, it might be a weird question, but do you feel, I don't know if you have much experience of other Moroccan men of like your dad's age?
Yeah, it's peak. It's peak for their families too.
Oh, so that's so I'm gonna ask whether what was his fucking problem?
You told me.
The only thing
I could draw it really down to is bad temper, because he wasn't an alcoholic. Yeah. Cool, you smoked cigarettes, but I've never heard of cigarettes. You gotta go beat up, man. No, do you know what I mean? He never drank. He never took drugs. He was sober minded to me. Is what I'm saying. Yeah. So to me, it was just a badass temper. But then going on holiday as a youth to Morocco with Mumsy and him. I got to see how certain Moroccan men moved, innit? And I've witnessed, I'm walking on the street live, man banged these women in the face, but the community's not saying nothing. So I kind of understood the structure. So
maybe it's a bit cultural.
It was a bit cultural, but when you're going through it, bro, don't tell me nothing about cultural, this hurts. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, I'm not trying to understand the cultural part as a youth. Like maybe now I could fathom it in my brain, innit, because I've seen enough to maybe understand that this is a deep-rooted thing and not just my dad's personal problem, innit? Is what I'm saying. I'm wise enough to have...
Cultural attitudes towards... what is it? Towards violence or towards women? Or towards...
I'd say violence, because he wasn't just violent towards women. He was violent towards anybody that came across his path and treated him in a certain way.
Well, in general,
whether it was his workplace or he was ongoing.
Some men are only bad for like their partner and their family.
Yeah. But this is the thing, because you see the respect that he was given used to wind me up. Cause I used to think to myself, no, but you're an idiot, bro. I know how you treat, but no, but you weren't actually an idiot, innit? And wherever you stepped in Morocco, not in Britain. In Britain, you're just a civilian that goes to work and whatever. When you step in Morocco, I see how man start to change around you, and then even his brother would change around him, and the sisters would respect him as the older brother.
He was the guy.
Yeah, but then also as well, he would drive a 7-seater from here to Morocco, pack out with things. Right. So I used to think, but I used to think that was just why they treated him like, like he was like, raw, make sure bro's fed, make sure he's got what he needs. Like trouble nobody. You can't cuss these kids too much. Do you know what I mean? So
he's the man of the family.
And we got nice by the family because of that. Do you know what I mean? So we was like the favourite nieces and nephews and the cousins and whatever, but it didn't dawn on me why until later. So he was a don in his thing and his family set up, innit? Is what I'm saying. He was the don. You get me? But at home, he was the don devil. Cause it was a bit mad.
So he's done a lot of harm.
Yeah, he done bits.
I mean, how do you feel about him?
I used to hate him, but then I feel like, and this is certain time I hate these cliche things that go around the world and that, but I ain't got the space to hate him because I ain't got hate in my heart. This is what I'm saying. I've forgiven him. But
that's what I was gonna build up to that.
Yeah, and that took long, and it's recent that I've forgiven him. I ain't sat down here for a good 3 years and been like, I forgive this man, because every time I've been around him, I know how I would treat him if I lost it. Is what I'm saying, and it's scary because I still got to be around him in certain scenarios, but I lessen it because I lessen the chance of anything going on, because I've always said to myself,
you still feel like if he chat to you in a certain way or very rare, it could be dangerous for him.
And it's not even necessarily me, it's the family members. Like, man, how you talk to mummy now, car, I'm a big boy. So mine little bro, mine sis, mine...
don't give me no flashbacks.
Yeah, like, don't, because he's done things in front of grandparents and that when I was a youth, man, and I've gone down there with my school friends. Yeah, on some bad boy thing. And he probably would have wiped us all out.
He done something in front of your mum?
Your
mum and grandpa?
He done something peak in front of my grandparents, in front of my mum's mum, innit? My mum's parents. He done something peak in front of them in the house, innit, to do with the family members violently. Do you know what I mean? But these times I'd moved out, I was like 17. So when I say school friends, I should have said college. So I was like 17, 18. Do you know what I mean? But I've moved out now. I'm living in like South Nord or whatever, about to become dad and them things.
What did he do?
he violently beat up a female family member. You get me? And that, I was used to it, but in the manner was a bit nuts, innit? Is what I'm saying.
Well,
so
he went in.
He went a bit over. He went very much overboard, didn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Not even overboard. You can't even call it overboard.
Like,
but I know. Yeah,
you know, you've gone.
He's escalated.
Yeah, you've gone a bit mad. You've gone mad, and like I said on the pod,
what was the reason for that? Or like, what was the scenario behind that? Why did he decide that?
The particular family member, I think, was caught talking to a school friend who was a male, a couple of doors away from the house. So she's on the way home. They're both walking in the same direction, same area, linked up, walking down the road. I know the person. The sister was in my ear, is what I'm saying, and my mum knows the mum. So it wasn't a weird setup.
Not a weird madness.
But it was a boy walking with.
And you got spotted
walking with a boy, and you got in the yard and the curtains were drawn.
Was it a black boy? That ain't bad. Just
no.
Yo.
Do you know?
You don't even know. No, it weren't a black boy.
I can't remember still. But do you know what? It most likely could have been, you know, is what I'm saying, because of the area that man lived in and everything. It's possible, do you know what I mean? It is possible, but I can't remember still.
So he's done his madness, where you found out about it.
Yeah, my little brother phoned me, told me what happened. But this is the first time that I think he clocked, oh shit, I got a big son. You get me?
I might be accountable now. Like, maybe someone's going to feel a way about this.
It's a problem. And do you know the wickedest thing? That was the beginning of the end. At that point, at about 17, 18, that was the beginning of the end between him and my mum, and him ever abusing anything, because he looked at me and I saw how he looked at me, and he looked me in my eye, and I was only 18, but there was brothers at the mosque that he was attending to that was letting him know what I was getting up to outside. So he already had this. This is just my perception. He could have just been looking at me like, okay, he's just big, and that could have just been it, blanket. But I perceived it like, yeah, you've clocked and you've heard, and then you've seen my friends, and cool, you've clocked that your son's not an idiot, innit? And there's certain things that he's not going to entertain no more. And yeah, time told him that, don't.
So did you say anything to him?
I sat down with him when I was like 18, and I asked him a couple questions, but the questions that I asked him almost made me want to done him there and then. There was no remorse. There was no remorse. It was just like, oh yeah, well, you know, you did this and that, and I react, and you know, like little mad Moroccan man, but at 18, I weren't boozy enough to ask him like questions. It was just like little, like, oh, because in my brain, like, even do you know the psychology behind this thing? Yeah, I wonder if anyone else has ever experienced this. The psychology behind this thing is, now, if I hear my dad raise his voice now, I can still feel the same fear that my body used to fear back then.
It's like hearing feds.
And then I gotta say to myself, big, strong, danger. Don't you get it? Because I will, if you ever, do you know what I'm saying?
But what do you think? Like, what do you think is worse, right? Not having your dad in your life at all and not really knowing why, or having your dad in your life and him being like how your pops was?
Do you know what? Yeah, it's selfish, because if he weren't touching my mum and it was just me, I'd say just be there, innit? Because there was lessons learnt in there. There was lessons on how not to be a father, which is probably the biggest main lesson. Do you know what I mean? And my kids are thankful for that shit. I remind them daily. I could draw up stories, innit? You get me? He taught me how to be an aggressive man. And I know that that's an important trait in a man, but more important if it's disciplined. Yeah, he showed me reckless. I had to learn the discipline. You see what I'm saying? So that was another lesson. He showed reckless endangerment. No thinking, no thoughts, whatever. I took that on, but I had to develop over time. Like, discipline. You see what I'm saying? Do you know what I mean? And then, do you know what? He always said to me, which was very weird, because he would say to me, make sure you look after family and never let them go. And that was mad, because he wasn't battling, he wasn't looking after family, but who knows, innit? You know, I don't know, cause
he's got other youths.
I got 2 big sisters, from Quay. One I met when I was 16, and one that was my best friend, and things went a bit mad. And she actually sent people to kill me. I can say that now. You hear me? Without the eye tear and them things.
She sent people to kill you.
Yeah, she was my best friend, man.
Tell me about it. What do you mean? How old was she?
I'll paint the picture.
Yeah.
She was probably late 20s at the time, late 30s. I met her when I was maybe about 13. This was the youngest of the two that my dad had elsewhere.
So you said she was in her late 20s?
She was like her late 20s, 26, 27, 28.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Mid-20s.
Yeah, she grew up abusive, obviously, same dad. Her mum got
and he was on grunt?
Yeah, he was on madness. Yeah. Her mum got what my mum got.
Yeah.
Dash through class tables and
shit.
all of these. It was normal behaviour.
He
was just running amok. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I think her trauma led her to abusive relationships with men. With not even men, I can't even say with the one partner, because the trauma, the type of trauma you wasn't even allowed to experience other men from what I saw, innit? See what I'm saying? And then
she was on lock with one brother.
She was on lock. She was on lock with her brother. He was abusive. He was extremely abusive. Yeah, you can't do much around him. Old school bad boy. So it was a different element. It wasn't just like a man with a temper. It came with other stigmas and the same respecting that dad had, but now this is like a British version of it all. So I'm used to the behaviours, but it's just like, it's a British thing now. So I'm clocking, okay, it's not just cultural over here, it's not just Morocco, it's kind of like a type of people now that I'm seeing, innit? You get it? Because it's out the house now. Do you know what I mean? Eventually, same thing, he realised, big brother, you get me? But that's jumping it. So before all of that, best friend, raised her. I was on the roads making money, but I was also working. I would give her my paycheck and I'd keep my hustling money so she could just deal with my nephew, and I raised my nephew.
Why she was in her mid-20s. Why is it that you needed to do all that?
Because...
And how old was you?
I was about 17, 18.
So why was you hustling and then giving her a paycheck, and why was you doing that?
I didn't really understand I didn't understand what she was going through fully, so she had my full sympathy for. So whatever you needed, I gave you, and if I heard that you needed this, I'd overdo it. So instead of giving you this, I'd give you that. You get me?
Okay, but she had the man at the same time.
In and out, like he jail, in and out, doing his thing. They split up, they're back together. It was just crazy. A lot more happened. But obviously, man was younger. I didn't get too into it, but there was just so much going on for her. So for me, it was just like, well, do you know what? Yeah, you're not working at the moment here. You get me? Every time you go to work, man's telling you about, oh, you're with this work colleague and that work colleague, and oh, don't go to work, you got to stay at home. Do you know what I mean? So in my head, it's like, all right, cool. Then one day I was shown that, like, there's a certain lifestyle that she's into. Do you know what I mean? When it comes to certain substances and things like that.
Nitty. Well, was she nitty or just dabbling in?
I think a functioning nitty. Because a nitty to me is, if you ain't got it, you ain't got control of yourself at all.
Tea or coffee?
And I saw signs of that coffee.
Coffee? Fuck you there.
And I saw signs of that. And you know what I mean? And back in the day, it was like, you see, like that era as well, it was speed and Molly and ecstasy and so partying and raving and nightlife and bad boy boyfriend and everything just kind of meshed and got caught up, and then
she ended up on the coffee.
Yeah, and then you're a rude girl. So now you're doing mad things and you're just like certain beatings, it sounds crazy, but certain ones I was like, oh shit, maybe you deserve that one, because I put myself in these shoes. Like, if I was moving this mad in front of me, like, oh, how would I react?
Like, how mad? What she
like it's behaviour. It's loud. It's in your face. And at that age, to me, I got a breaking point, innit? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Now I could conduct myself differently and just like generously move you out the way. Do you know what I mean? But back then, I would have headbutt you, kind of thing in my brain. Like, I can't deal with all of this in my face right now. That's crazy.
She's spazzing out.
Spazzing out, and to calm you down is to lick you down. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, so I kind of understood certain things, but then I spent enough time around there to see the whole other side of the spectrum of abuse, innit? Do you know what I mean? And it was crazy. Like I mentioned, Nelly poster, grinder to to the face and all of them.
Because she had a Nelly poster, man, that's the grinder.
Yeah, because you dashed the grinder. Do you know what I mean? And then I just think eventually he saw me growing up. He saw that I was seeing more. And then eventually I think that thing just naturally just faded. Do you know